I've got some refreshers to start with today because some people are locking up some deals, and I want to show y'all real quick. And apologies if you already know this stuff, but in the files we have our calculator, so you can do deals. It'll tell you this is the new improved calculator. It'll tell you yes or no if the deal's good or not, or if it's a wholesale or not. I'm gonna run through it really quick, and I'm gonna breeze through this so we can get to the main stuff. I just want to show, I like doing a quick recap. All right, cool. So here's a good wholesale. All right, and I'm going to add a feature on this if it's a good wholesale. Next. All right, working on that. All right, so good wholesale. Price doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's whatever. Does not matter. Price is irrelevant, but you have to be able to determine market value. All right, and hang tight, guys. We got people in the room here. All right, cool. All right, so it can't be anything more than $3 a square foot, which is almost none. You don't even have to calculate that. Whatever the square footage is, put that in. There can't be anything major, and it's going to tell you it's not a wholesale, right? If it's not a wholesale, it's a wholesale. Easy enough. So it needs to be $30,000 profit or 10% if above 300,000. So if you have a $500,000 house, market value, and the owner wants 400,000. Let's do that. It's more realistic. You're like, damn, there's $100,000 spread, but it's not a deal. But let's say they even want 350. All right, hey Travis, we can make 30 grand. Doesn't matter. It's higher price. You need to have a 10% return. There's a lot of factors that go into this calculator that I can teach you as we do deals. We'll break that down. But so here you need to be at a 10% return. And y'all are really going to thank me for this when you're doing deals. You're going to understand it. But it'll say yes or no. So that's it. Will it sell in 60 days or less? Yes. If it won't, it's not a hotel. All right. Cool. Any questions on that? Quick recap.
Travis, I got a question on the will it say sell in 60 days or less. How can you be sure
Cool.
something will
So,
move in 60 days or less?
all right. So let's pull up a property right now. And we don't have a crystal ball, but we could be very warm and fuzzy about it. Right. And that's all we could do. But what you want to do is let's pick, and you use anything. Y'all know I love prop streams, so it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna pull up whatever. All these I've been underwriting crazy amount of deals because my VA, I'm gonna show you a strategy I'm using lately, has been drumming up a lot of interest on retail deals. But for now, the 60 days or less thing, here's how I do it personally. All right. So if I am analyzing this deal, all right, y'all know as soon as you get a deal, go ahead and look at it so you know what you're looking at, so you're not blind. So go to a Google view. Pictures are awesome. They're good. Just remember they're doctored up. If there is a Google view, look at it. Here there's not. All right, everything's cool, right? Everything's updated, nice, whatever. Not updated, but it's all nice. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do to see if I'm warm and fuzzy about a 60-day on this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the data. All right. And this is the most important thing. This is why I think you should learn this before you learn wholesale, right? Like, because you have to understand comps and market value. And it's hard. It's a science. Like you just learn and learn and keep learning. But I look at the year models. All right. Everything ranges from 1980. And I'm looking at this quick 1980 to brand new. All right, cool. I got some work to do here. All right, so first off, I'm gonna just eliminate anything over 60 days. I'm not even using it as a comp. All right, I'm not using it as a comp. I don't give a crap. So all this stuff's gonna get thrown out. All right, and then anyway, let's pretend like we just have these because we don't want to go through all those right now. Let's pretend we have these top 12. We just threw out everything that didn't move in 60 days. All right, now we're gonna go nitpick. We're gonna say this is a 2012 build. Here's a 2012 build. I'd like to put those side by side, right? 60 days or less, 2012 build. All right, cool. 99, 94, 2007. I'm going to eliminate these. I'm going to try to get as close as I can. I'm going to keep the 2007 because it's as close as I see. All right, cool. So now I have one. That one doesn't have a year. We'll check. But 2, 3 comps. All right. So 417, 445. That's a rental. All right, cool. Let's check these out. All right, 417, 445. What is the difference? This one sold very recently. Oops. In is that 5 days? It sold in 5 days. All right, hell yeah. I like that. All right, it's a 4-3. Ours is a 2-2. It's got 2 extra beds, 1 extra bath. A little more on the square footage. I would question if this was accurate. A little bigger. This is pretty similar besides the beds and the baths. So I'm gonna go look at this. All right, I'm gonna look at it. We already saw ours. I'm gonna go verify the information online too. I think prop might just have the beds and baths wrong, but I'm gonna check. But here's our comp. All right, this is like completely updated. I don't think we're getting. I don't think this is us. I just don't. I don't even know if this is real. Right? I can't even tell if it's AI or if it's not. But ours is not this updated. It's nice, but it's not this updated. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna check this one. What does this look like? This one's the 417. I'm rolling that last one out because I don't agree. I don't think we're getting 445. All right, here we go. This one looks more like what we just saw. Same kitchen, same exact kitchen. I'm cool with this. All right. So now, quick. This is quick. I'm pretty warm and fuzzy. I'm on the phone with the seller. You're on the call. I do this really quick. I'm like, okay, sold in 28 days for 417. This one is a 3-2. All right, I'll take away 10 G's. Just if this is right, we'll ask if it isn't or is. Take away 10 G's. I'm at 407. I feel pretty confident. Do you feel confident we'd be able to move this in 60 days or less at 407? Like with what we know? I do, right? All day. All right, so then I'm just going to go to our calculator. I'm going to put 407. All right, I'm going to go, not 20,000 square feet. Oops, here we go. 407, 1784, almost none. All right, we got to be at, what do we got to be at? I meant to put 290. All right, cool. We need another zero there. All right, cool. So that's 13%. So we could even give them a little more if we had to. Or we got room to wholesale this one at that. But we could max it out if we had to. It's a tough one. All the way to 10% or whatever that looks like. But that's how I'm going to do that really quick. See, now it's not. You just play with these numbers. But always stick to the numbers. Don't ever, let me let the waiting room in. Always stick to your numbers. Don't waver. Oh, we could save here, do that. Stick to your numbers. Yes, no. You're going to do the best conclusion you can till you get people in there to walk it or inspections or whatever. Hotels inspections. But say you come to this conclusion. You find a hotel, it fits, you just did your data. All right, now you're going to call your local realtor. What I would do now is I call the local realtor that listed that comp, that sold that comp. And I'd be like, hey, what do you think we could sell this for in 60 days or less? She can be like, oh, 420 all day. Probably is what they're going to say. It's okay, cool. We're here, whatever. And then I'm going to order inspections. And if there's anything major, then that throws this out and it turns into a wholesale. Does that answer your question? Anybody got any questions on that part? All right, cool. Here is another thing I want to go over real quick because there was some questions about the contract yesterday. Here's a purchase agreement. Let me know if y'all need one to edit. Let's see. Here's a purchase agreement. I have several different types, but let's go over this one. If you're a real estate agent, I am not an attorney. This isn't legal advice, whatever. Use your state contract so you don't get in trouble. If you're not a realtor, doesn't matter. All right. The date goes here. The seller is you or your company. The seller is whoever's on the deed. The buyer is you or your company. The way you get the seller's info, whatever you're using, PropStream just has it right here, but you can check deed records. There are realtors in this group. You just go to RPR, check the deed records on there. If this does not match, ask about it. Hey, John, who the hell's Tyler? Who's Tyler Stone, bro? It says he owns it. Oh, I'm selling it for my friend. This doesn't work. That happens. So go ahead and nip that right out the gate. Sorry, I just lost my freaking PDF here. Here it is. All right. Subject property. That's the property you're locking up. Legal description. You can copy and paste that from wherever you're at here. Here's the legal description for this. If you use RPR, if you use any other software, it will give you that info. All right. Purchase price, whatever you're purchasing it for. And when you're explaining this to somebody, explain it just like this. This is today's date. You're the seller. I'm the buyer. You agree to sell. I agree to buy. Your property is this. Here's the legal description. Here's the purchase price. It's all cash transaction. If you're doing a cash transaction, we pay all closing costs. We don't pay liens or taxes, but we pay all closing costs. All right. What about taxes? They prorate them to the date we close. All right. Here's the closing date right here. Title company. If you don't have one nearby or don't know one at the time, just put TBD. It's no big deal. You can adjust that later. And if you want a lockbox on there, just click that. Whenever you're explaining this stuff to the seller, hey, we got to do inspections. We already talked about that. Feel good with what we know. but we can renegotiate based on the condition. We get in there, it's not right, we renegotiate. Make sure you explain this. Like, I've got a closer who's badass. I'm really working with him on this because when you go to renegotiate stuff, it happens, right? We don't see the property, we're doing stuff sight unseen a lot of times. If this isn't reiterated, because you're going to renegotiate like 80% of these, because like you're doing this blind, you're getting as close as you can. The trick is to get as close as you can. That's all you can do. And then, hey, I think we're gonna spend whatever on this. If we do inspections and we gotta spend any more, I've gotta deduct that amount. And I will provide whatever estimates, quotes, whatever you need, but I've got to deduct that amount. Just make them understand that. It's very huge when you're explaining this. Encumbrances, if there's any liens, judgments that keep us from closing, we can't close. I skipped the earnest money part because I do $10 for everything, so I don't even talk about it. If they ask about it, I'm like, hey, it's refundable anyway if we decide to back out. Risk of loss, the thing burns down before we buy it. We can't buy it. No? Okay, cool. Defects, same thing as the encumbrances. Animal contract, we can't assign this thing if we choose to. All right, no judgments, same thing as encumbrances. Possession, as soon as you get your money, we get the keys. All right, other agreements, if y'all made a back end deal, just put it right there. I need to actually delete this part because you can do this in you can use this contract for any place. There's some places that ban wholesaling, so don't wholesale that. But you can still use this. And I like to use hello sign personally, but you can use whatever. You just fill this out, throw it in hello sign, and have them sign it. Any questions on the contract part? David, you were doing a contract last night. You get it, you got it done, you got it signed, all good?
Yes, sir. Both of them signed it. I do have a question though about the other agreement. So I want to make sure I did this right. If not, I need to redo it. They had some taxes and some HOA fees. So I added
Yeah.
that at the bottom that we would pay that. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Or do you
Yeah,
add
throw
it
it
to
in
the
here.
sale price?
You just throw it in other agreements. That's fine because they're going to have to estimate all those and stuff anyway. So that's
Yep.
cool. And that's the wholesale deal you got.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
have a buyer
So
already?
I do. She's getting pre-approved right now today. We'll see if pending inspections. I might need your help with that, like finding an inspector. I don't know if you want to. I haven't. I've been talking to two realtors. Do you ask them for referrals for that, or is that kind of?
Rewind so I can know what's going on. You got the deal under contract. You have a retail buyer, right? They're getting a regular loan.
Yeah, she's gonna flip it. She's gonna do all the rehab.
Okay, so she's getting a hard money loan. Do you know? And if you don't know the answer to this stuff, that's cool. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you why all this is important. Do you
Mhm.
know what kind of financing she's getting?
I don't.
Okay, it matters because if it's a hard money loan, no problem. You can send her an assignment of contract. All right, which is going to look. I have 50 different templates of this, but they're in here. All right, we have an assignment agreement. Let's see. Find out what financing she's using. Here, I'm just going to pull up one second. Pull up an assignment. If y'all don't like this one, I have 50 others. But
You ain't
let me
sharing nothing.
sharing again. Hang on. My closer just called me. He gets really excited, so it throws me out of when I'm sharing. He's, bro, I got another one. That's great. That's fantastic. All right. Cool. Here's an assignment. This is very important because if they have a bank loan, you're going to have to do like a pass through. All right. Meaning you can use the end buyer's funds to fund the whole thing. A bank's not going to recognize an assignment. All right. Or you can double close, meaning you got to buy it and resell it. Don't get all hung up on that. You're not going to even know what the hell I'm talking about right now. Just find out what kind of financing. All right. And if it's a hard money, cool. Send an assignment contract. All right. Parties. Go ahead and put the parties here. Hereby assigns all rights, which is you, to them, subject property, legal description, sales price, deposit. I always have them put like I say always, I usually have them put like a $5,000 deposit if it's a decent price house. If it's a crap hole, I do $2,500, but it's not refundable. And you need to do that. Do not waver. I've wavered too many times and it doesn't work out. Get a deposit. And you're not taking that deposit. They're going to send it to the title company. All right. Closing, put your closing dates you have with your seller. Sold as is. They better know what they're getting into. Assigner's you. OR is you. EE is them. I don't know how to teach that easier, but anyways. So this is it. All right. If it's a cash deal or hard money, you're going to use an assignment. All right. If it's a pass through, you're going to use their purchase agreement, but it's going to go to your name as the seller. So just let me know, put it in the group. and I'll walk you through however you got to do this. All right, because y'all are gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. But just find out what kind of financing, and we'll go through there. Any questions on that?
Do you recommend she do a hard money loan?
I never recommend anything. I just want to know how she plans to buy it. I don't give a crap how she buys it. All right. Hey, you're interested, right? All right. How are you buying this thing? Well, I just want it. Okay. Yeah, there's people you can recommend if you know them. If not, they're not really a super serious buyer if they don't know how the hell they're buying it. I always get proof of funds before I even send them to the property. I say always, it's preferred. Proof of funds or funding. They might have
Yeah.
the money in the bank. A lot of people don't just sit there with tons of cash. They put it to work. But you get a bank letter, you could get a hard money lender letter, whatever, showing that they're good to roll. Makes sense? So what I would do
Yeah.
is you have this thing locked up right now. All right. I would start researching title companies in the area that do assignments. Just check that. I would, if she's using hard money, see what kind of financing she's using. If not, you're gonna have to do a pass through, and you're gonna have to see what title companies will do a pass through. I wouldn't do a double close because it's gonna cost you money. You could do a pass through.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions on that?
So once I find out what lending she's getting, then I'll just reach out and then it changes.
Right now and say, hey, what kind of loan are you using? And I'm sure we can just answer stuff on this call as we go.
So let me just tell you, so this is her first house to potentially buy for a flip. She got into construction, she got some cash, she's getting into it. So she's probably not even going to know. She's going to see the banker today, like here in just a little bit to talk about all this.
Okay. If she needs a hard money lender, let me know. I can send you one that I use a lot. Trust him. Hard money is expensive as hell. Just
Mhm.
how it goes. But I could
Mhm.
send you a reliable one that if the deal is good enough, he'll fund it. And I've done a deal in 10 days. That's my quickest deal. Maybe 7. I
Hmm.
think 7 to 10 with this dude. I don't use them because anymore, but they're expensive. But if she needs it right away and it's a good deal, if it fits your calculator, he'll do it.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else got any questions on all that? It is important. If it's not a wholesale, it's a wholesale. So you need to know how to go through the process. All right. So I wanted to go over
Mhm.
that. Next, I'm going to get some leads because I liked what we did a few weeks ago when we did some live calling.
Sweet.
All right. Cool. So I
Trav, I
am.
was going to ask you if you're interested in like wholetailing land. If we run across something that's 30% of retail value,
Bro,
someone will.
land is like super tough right now. So no.
Okay, just
I know
curious.
some like heavy hitters in that industry and they are losing their ass right now. They are sitting on millions in land right now. They cannot move. They can't give it away. They can't. I've got a buddy that owns so
Sucks.
many lots. He can't even 0% finance it to people right now.
Dang, that sucks.
So to answer that question, I don't want any part of
No, there's hell no. I got you.
it.
All right,
I'm
thanks.
a data guy. You know what I mean? Like I was showing Zach earlier. If I can feel warm and fuzzy about some data and it's there, let's do it. If I can't, I don't really like gambling. Like it's nothing's ever for sure, but you can be pretty sure. So let me get us. I'll share this again in a minute. Let me sign into here. And in the meantime, anybody having any luck with calls, any questions they're having with calls, or maybe they're not doing calls, but they're talking to realtors. Let's see. I'm going to show y'all something else really quick too after I sign in here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you what I have a $5 an hour VA. She's awesome. I've had her for a few years. She comps better than me. I have her doing realtor outreach right now. Just, I know everybody's in different positions here. Some people are hammers, some people are networkers. Let me share my screen. But here's what I have her doing if this is you and you're not like the calling. And don't, just whenever I say that, if I say you're not the calling type, that doesn't mean, don't use that as like an excuse. Like you, like if you're going to do really well at calling, great. Or if you're going to do really well, like networking, great. Don't be like, oh, I'm not the calling type and you never tried it.
Hey, I'm not
All
the
right.
calling type. I make 100 calls a day.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever's successful. So what I had her doing, I put this in the group yesterday, but I was like, hey, you know what? Because I'm trying to think of how to help people that maybe aren't the hammers or aren't going to they're just not going to do the calls no matter what. And so I came up with a little thing, and a message here. Where's it at? And this is what I told her. I said, hey, go ahead. We have a ton of realtors skip traced, like in every city, because we do a lot of dispo and stuff. And she used to dispo a lot for me. But anyway, I was like, hey, pull a list of realtors in San Antonio, New Braunfels. So if you didn't already have this list, you can pull it or have a VA pull it. It's very cheap and skip trace it. And I said, hey, send this message out through our CRM. Hey, do you have any pocket listings? It says her name. Pocket list. I don't know how to do that. She does. Pocket listings are slow moving properties that might entertain a cash offer. Please let me know. All right. And she figured it out. She sent it all out. So then she makes me a spreadsheet of all the responses. And then I guess she put red because they said no. And she's still putting deals in for me to analyze. And I just put the offer in here so she can make it. So I guess they're all talking to their people. Some were sub 2, some were cash, whatever made sense. When the red said no, I guess the other ones are thinking about it. And she's just constantly putting deals in here for me to underwrite and put what she can offer. Something that's possible. And it's pretty inexpensive if that's something y'all want to do. All right, cool. So let's, and by the way, who wants to make a call first? Anybody? Let's see.
I'll do it if nobody else wants to. I've been hammering some calls lately. People just want some crazy shit lately. I even talked to a realtor. She was nuts. Like all the listings were at 600. She's my property is 900. Listen, lady.
Yeah,
somebody cussed me out yesterday.
She's crazy. I
saw-
was like, you're a
I
realtor.
saw
I
your
was like, you can
post.
see the CMAs.
Yeah, I saw your post, Raul. That was funny. People are crazy. So what I'm looking for right now is I like vacant stuff. I'll buy whatever, but I want to see if we use, since we're just looking, I'm just leaving it wide open. Let's see if there's like a vacant one. I could filter for vacant too, but usually it's up here. Okay, here. Selling a vacant, non-occupied house. Oh, I'm not doing that. This is tiny. There's nobody there.
Yeah, you don't want that.
All right, I might filter for vacant. I thought we were gonna have more than this. Owner occupied. Trying to get, okay, here we go. No, it's vacant. Is there anybody that lives in these places whatsoever? That's land. I don't want to do any land. I guess this is, all right, we might do an occupied JP, whatever. Unless you want me to filter.
Oh, that one's land. Yeah, can you filter out of land on this? So there's no land, like houses?
Yeah, let's see. I don't know. Let me check.
I haven't even
Look,
started
press
messing with
the-
this yet.
I
You have
don't
to press
know.
the more filters option. It's like a little drop down in the middle, right under country. If you just scroll down, like right here. Let me annotate on your screen.
Oh, more filters. Cool.
There we go. Yeah, if you click on that, it should give you the option there.
All right, let's see. Anyone living in the house? No. Okay. How fast do they want to
Types of
sell?
property.
ASAP. Let's see. Mortgage. I don't really care if they have a mortgage, but we could say yes, behind on mortgage. Let's just leave that. Owner, yes. Okay. Source. I'd like to do like PPC. Those are always like my favorite. Is your property listed? No, it's not listed. All right. I don't see type, but that
It's
should
right
give
in the
us a
premium. It's in the premium filters. I don't know if you have access to that or not. No, down in the yellow, like you're
like,
clicking.
bro. I don't pay for that.
Oh
all
yeah,
right.
no. All right.
I just hit all again because there wasn't any of those filters, so screw it. Let's just roll. Cincinnati, Ohio is badass. It's not listed. They want to sell for financial reasons. Owner occupied. Yes, I own this property. Cool. All right, let's do it.
Let's
When
roll.
was it? January 30th. Yeah. All right, cool.
I got an Ohio number too. Let's roll it.
That's an
Took my-
exclusive lead.
Yeah, took my
Yeah.
freaking all my filters out. High Point, North Carolina. I used to really like doing deals in North Carolina. That's land. Land. Now we're getting all land? Okay, here we go. Relocating. New Caney. I own some stuff there. Don't recommend it. Relocating, owner occupied. Alright, it's Florida. We do that. No, it's not listed.
Spring Hill ain't bad.
Yeah, this doesn't look bad at all. Alright, cool.
Put the 25 club. Somebody told me that the other day. You might be able to bring it down to 25. Someone said that shit works. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Alright, cool. We should probably get like a few, just in case. Let's see, Franklin, North Carolina. Alabama's pretty, oh, it's land, damn.
Stay out of Mobile. Stay out of Mobile.
Oh, this is cool. Multifamily, emergency reasons, ASAP. Yes, I own this property. Sold comps 40,000. Weird. Let's do that. I'd really like to see that. 25 club. JP saved us like $8 so far, dude.
There you go, dog. Every 4 is 100. I just like that every 4 is 100 instead of 100 and 15.
Troy, New York. All right, cool. This looks like a good one. Riley, do that, and then if we, I'll just buy some more if we need them as we're going.